the biggest challenge that we went through at that time. We're sitting here watching our little small child who fit in the palm of my hand when he was born, like just fight for his life.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Finley.
Been in college. I met a friend of mine. Funny thing is, I introduced him to his wife, and he introduced me to mine. And first impression was 4 years. Then I got to first impression. So yeah, first impression.
My first impression of him was that he was very handsome and a really just chill, laid back kind of guy. Yeah, real chill, laid back, very. I knew that God had chosen Derek for me. He had come to meet me at the library. I was on campus studying in the library. We were just talking and laughing and talking. And I literally just heard God say, "This is your husband." And at the time, I'm like, "No, this ain't my husband." Like, I'm like, whatever. But God was like, "Yeah, this is your husband." And, some prayer about that or whatever. And what's your story, man? I think you said you were seeking God.
At the time I had prayed, like, God, thank you. And shaking heads. What's for me? After I did that, I met her. So, that's exactly the birthday process. My son was born premature. So that alone strengthened our relationship, bonded us closer. Because at that time it was a real trying time in our lives and in our marriage. We had just only been married for 2 years, three other things. And then having a son who was born premature. He was 4 months too early. So him being in the NICU will be in the hospital for 4 months. Either gonna bring you together or break you apart. So for us, it brought us together. It bonded us more. It bonded our relationship even more. God made sure that happened. And learned from them.
Yeah, during that time, we definitely, together as husband and wife, we would pray over Caleb, just pray for strength. We had to lean and depend on each other. In moments when he had his weak moments and moments when I had my weak moments or my spirit moments, we both had to encourage each other through that journey of the NICU and lean and depend on God, the strength of God to just give us the strength and the grace and continue to sustain our son's life and help him thrive.
The birth of our child, like that was the biggest challenge that we went through at that time. Because you ask God to breathe you a child. God gives you that child. But then somewhere happening after the child is born, he goes through a lot. So with that being said, we're sitting here watching our little small child who fit in the palm of my hand when he was born. Like just fight for his life. So that was the biggest challenge of our relationship, of our marriage. And that's pretty much simple.
Yeah, and even just the fight for children. Prior to us marrying, I knew I had been told by doctors that I would have some struggles to conceive. So we knew that going into marriage, but we were not prepared for these struggles. And so just getting pregnant, but then miscarrying, not once, not 2 times, but 3 times. And our last miscarriage in October 2017 was, not to say that the 2 prior weren't devastating, but that one in particular was just the third whammy. And because we've been crying out and believing God to conceive naturally after being told that we couldn't conceive. And we conceived naturally, and then unfortunately it ended in miscarriage. And so that was very devastating. And that was another thing that we just had to go through as a couple. And again, when you're going through things like that, it's either going to bring you closer together or pull you apart. But I thank God that it brought us closer together. It helped to build our faith. And it helped to continue to strengthen our marriage by praying with one another, believing and trusting God, even during the up and down and the hardship and the loss. We still, clung to one another and clung to God as well. We do try to have our date nights, and it's hard when you're in a state and you don't have like biological family here. And so we do have friends that are like family. So whenever they're available, but we try to, but even if we can't get outside of the home to have a date, we do still try to do stuff at home. Put them kids to bed, y'all go in their room, go to sleep, but still try to, just do fun and creative things at home sometimes as well.
She said same thing. Loving her is God loving church. You're not gonna always agree with the church love, or you're not gonna always agree with what we even get past it. But when you're obedient to God and what He needs, what He wants, and guess what? It doesn't matter. You're gonna take care of it. So.
Yeah. Again, I go back to respect, because in marriage there are going to be disagreements. There are going to be ups and downs. He's going to feel one way, I feel another way. But at the end of the day, what is God saying about it? And then ultimately, when I may not agree or we're in a heated discussion, making sure that I still remain respectful and that I'm still showing him respect. I'm still showing him love, even in my response. So that's huge.
Yeah. Lover and God love the church. I don't keep going into that. That's all I got. I mean, that's real plain and simple.
Ephesians 5:22, I think it is, where again it tells the wife to submit, and it's not easy. It's not easy. It really isn't. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's easy. But when I submit and I make sure that I am loving him and I'm submitting to him as unto the Lord, I'm like, okay, Tiffany, you gotta get together, girl. So submitting to him as unto the Lord, reminding myself that this is unto God. I may not agree or, whatever the case may be, but submitting to his headship, submitting to his leadership as unto the Lord. So, yeah, that's what I get. I would say the most rewarding part of our marriage so far is just having a front seat to his growth as a man. Him evolving. He is not the same man that I met when I was at the University of Southern Mississippi, my senior year of college. He is not that same man. He's just grown so much. And just in God, as a husband, as a father, just seeing him continue to grow and evolve, and not just mature in age, just maturing in knowledge and maturing in his desire for God, and continuing to mature as a husband and as a father. It's been beautiful to see. And so that's been most rewarding for me, just seeing him continue to grow into the man that God has called him to be.
I'm the same guy. I'm just older. But seriously, it's the growth. It's the growth on both ends. But she brought an awesome amount of life. So those things you have to understand that comes over time. And everybody changes. Nobody stays the same. If you stay the same, then that means you ain't doing nothing or even trying. So it's the point of understanding where we are growthfully, where we are growing together and where we are as growing as just individuals. So let's go through it. Have to try because we got kids. So just honestly, just trying to be attentive was number one. Slight touches, just small touches, or just finding time in between time to get the romance. And like I told her, I want her to look at me in my eyes when we talk, so she can see how passionate I am. And I ain't even talking about passionate, as far as the bedroom, but just passionate in general. That is real.
Yeah, we definitely have to be intentional about putting these kids to bed. Okay, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they're in bed. It's our time. I like to call it D&T time, Derek and Tiffany. We might watch a show together, something that we like to watch together, or we may just have conversation and talk about something that's on our hearts. But whatever it is, we try to be intentional about getting the kids to bed at a certain time so that we can have time to ourselves.
It goes back to what we talked about earlier about us being mutual, or just like having kids in general. So them bring you closer together. It's supposed to as a marathon. So it strengthens you, strengthens your bond. It takes you to a different place because it's some place you've never been before. Now you're taking care of another person, and so like your love is a little different. Like the whole unconditional love you have for each other, you don't understand that until you have a child. Because now it's like, okay, yeah, I actually understand what unconditional love is. Sometimes we don't know until we actually have a child